Welcome to American Facts 101, where we delve into the rich and intriguing history of the United States. Today, we explore one of the most unusual and surprisingly significant conflicts in American history, the Pig War of 1859. Can a single pig almost trigger a war? Absolutely. So sit back, relax, and let's unravel this bizarre yet fascinating chapter in the annals of history. Our story begins on the picturesque San Juan Islands, a group of islands nestled between Vancouver Island and the mainland of the United States. In the mid-19th century, these islands became a focal point of a territorial dispute between two emerging powers, the United States and Great Britain. Following the Oregon Treaty of 1846, which established the boundary along the 49th parallel, ambiguity remained over the sovereignty of the San Juan Islands. Both nations claimed the archipelago, leading to an inevitable clash. The San Juan Islands, with their lush landscapes and strategic location, were highly coveted by both nations. The island's importance was not merely about land, but also about national pride and strategic advantage in the Pacific Northwest. As settlers from both sides began to populate the islands, the tension between the United States and Great Britain simmered, waiting for a catalyst to bring it to a boil. Enter Lyman Cutler, an American settler who had made his home on San Juan Island. On a fateful day in June 1859, Cutler found a large black pig rooting through his garden, eating his potatoes. Frustrated and angry, he grabbed his rifle and shot the pig, unaware that this act would spark a major international incident. The pig belonged to Charles Griffin, an Irishman employed by the British Hudson's Bay Company, which operated a sheep ranch on the island. Griffin, understandably upset over the loss of his pig, confronted Cutler, demanding compensation. Cutler offered $10, which Griffin deemed insufficient. This disagreement quickly escalated, drawing the attention of both American and British authorities. What started as a simple dispute over livestock soon became a matter of national pride and territorial sovereignty. The incident came at a time of heightened tension between the two nations. The broader historical context was marked by American westward expansion and British colonial interests in North America. The ambiguity of the Oregon Treaty had left the San Juan Islands in a gray area, with both sides keen to assert their claims. As news of the pig shooting spread, military forces were dispatched to the islands, and what followed was a remarkable standoff. Captain George Pickett, a name that would later become famous during the American Civil War, was ordered to establish a military presence on San Juan Island. Pickett arrived with a company of nearly 500 U.S. soldiers prepared to defend American interests. On the British side, Governor James Douglas of Vancouver Island ordered 3 British warships, carrying over 2,000 Marines to the islands. The situation was tense, and both sides braced for potential conflict. The arrival of these forces turned the small island into a powder keg. Local settlers found themselves caught between two military powers, each ready to defend their nation's honor. The Americans, led by the determined Pickett, fortified their position, while the British, under the command of Captain Geoffrey Hornby, positioned their ships in a show of naval strength. The stage was set for a possible confrontation. The Pig War is a fascinating example of how a seemingly trivial incident can escalate into a significant military standoff. Both nations were eager to avoid actual combat, yet neither wanted to back down and appear weak. It was a delicate balance of power, with both sides fully armed and ready, but also cautious of the broader implications of open conflict. Amidst the rising tensions, local settlers continued their daily lives, albeit under the shadow of potential war. The presence of soldiers and warships added a surreal element to the otherwise peaceful island life. Both American and British soldiers, although prepared for battle, engaged in amicable interactions, sharing food and stories, further emphasizing the absurdity of the situation. The standoff reached a point where both nations realized that a misstep could lead to a full-blown war. The stakes were high, not just for the soldiers on the island, but for the broader geopolitical landscape. Leaders on both sides knew that a peaceful resolution was imperative, but finding a path forward required skillful diplomacy. Amidst the standoff, it was diplomacy that ultimately averted bloodshed. General Winfield Scott, a seasoned American military leader and diplomat, was dispatched to negotiate a peaceful resolution. Scott's approach was to emphasize the absurdity of going to war over a pig and to find a way to de-escalate the situation without compromising national pride. Scott's diplomatic efforts proved successful. He managed to negotiate a joint military occupation of the island, with both American and British forces coexisting peacefully, while a long-term resolution was sought. This arrangement held until 1872, when an international arbitration commission, led by Kaiser Wilhelm I of Germany, ruled in favor of the United States, finally settling the territorial dispute. The joint occupation was a unique solution, showcasing the power of diplomacy in resolving conflicts. American and British forces shared the island, each maintaining a presence without engaging in hostilities. This period of coexistence allowed cooler heads to prevail and demonstrated that even in the face of potential conflict, peace could be maintained through dialogue and mutual respect. The peaceful coexistence on the island was not without its challenges, but it ultimately paved the way for a lasting resolution. The long-term solution came through international arbitration, a novel approach at the time. The involvement of Kaiser Wilhelm I of Germany added a neutral perspective, ensuring that the resolution was fair and unbiased. In 1872, the Arbitration Commission ruled in favor of the United States, granting sovereignty over the San Juan Islands to America. This decision was accepted by both nations, bringing an end to the dispute. The resolution of the Pig War set a precedent for the peaceful settlement of international disputes, highlighting the effectiveness of diplomacy over military confrontation. The resolution also had broader implications for international relations. It underscored the importance of clear treaties and the role of neutral arbitration in resolving territorial disputes. The successful negotiation and peaceful outcome of the Pig War became a model for future conflicts, illustrating that even the most contentious issues could be resolved through dialogue and cooperation. The Pig War, despite its humorous name and unusual origins, holds significant historical importance. It showcased the power of diplomacy over conflict and set a precedent for peaceful resolution of international disputes. The incident is a reminder that even the smallest events can have far-reaching impacts, influencing the course of history. The Pig War is often cited in discussions about conflict resolution and international diplomacy. It serves as a case study in how minor incidents can escalate and the critical role that effective communication and negotiation play in preventing war. The peaceful resolution of the Pig War is a testament to the potential for diplomacy to overcome even the most seemingly intractable disputes. Today, the San Juan Islands stand as a symbol of this remarkable chapter in history. The Pig War is a testament to the complexities of human interactions, the importance of diplomacy, and the unpredictable nature of historical events. As we close this episode, let's reflect on the lessons learned from this curious conflict and how they continue to resonate in our world today. The islands themselves have become a popular tourist destination, attracting visitors who are intrigued by the story of the Pig War. Historical markers and museums on the islands provide insight into the events of 1859, ensuring that this unique piece of history is preserved and remembered. The legacy of the Pig War extends beyond the San Juan Islands. It serves as a reminder of the power of peaceful resolution and the importance of maintaining open lines of communication between nations. The Pig War's lessons continue to be relevant in today's global landscape, where diplomatic efforts remain crucial in resolving conflicts and maintaining peace. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. The Pig War is a fascinating example of how even the most seemingly trivial incidents can have significant historical impacts. It reminds us of the importance of diplomacy, the potential for peaceful resolution of conflicts, and the enduring relevance of historical events in our contemporary world. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to American Facts 101 for more captivating stories from history. Stay curious, keep exploring, and join us next time as we uncover more intriguing chapters from America's past. History is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and together we'll continue to explore the unknown.